Okay, good evening to you. This is Nsubuga Gabriel going to take you through how to create a Microsoft Access file and how to work with it. I will begin by opening a folder. That I will name. Let me name my folder UNEB 2024. UNEB 2024. Then I'll open it, and inside here I'm going to create a new Microsoft Access file. It is the one that deals with creating databases, so it's going to be a new Microsoft Access file, and I'll name it as instructed. So when I look at my question here, it is telling me to create a database called Perfect High School Database, and therefore this is the name that I'm supposed to use to create my file. So the file is supposed to be called Perfect High School Database. This is the name that I'm supposed to use to create this file. So I'm going to come on my desktop here, and I'm going to rename this file to Perfect High School Database, and I'm going to save it. So when I open this file, this is how it opens. I'll enable content editing, and then when I go back to my question, it is telling me, after creating a database called Perfect High School Database, use it to answer the following questions. Question number I, it is saying, using the database created, create a student's table with the following fields: student's ID, which is STID, first name, second name, gender, age. This question you can read it also. So I'm going to come and create with the correct data types. So I'm going to come and I'm going to create my file here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come here to create, and then I must choose the table design. So here I'm going to begin by inserting the fields that I've been instructed to create, and one of them is STID, then first name, then second name, gender, age, class, and lastly location. Now the question is telling me to create a database of called students table with the following fields, and I put the fields and with the correct data types. And so I'm going to come back here and I correct the data types, but the data types should be depending on the information that is in the table. So when I look at this table, this is text, this is text, this is text, this is text, age is number, class is text, and the rest is text. So it is only age which is having a number. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to change age to number. The rest I'll leave it as text. Then I go back to the question. It is telling me with appropriate primary key and save it as students table. So when you look at this table, it is having what you call students number as the appropriate primary key if you look at this table. So I'm going to come and set the STID, which is the student number, as my primary key, and then it is the primary key. So I can save it as students table. I'm going to come here and change its name to students table. Okay, so when I open it, this is how it will open. This is how it is going to open. I go back to my question and set an appropriate input mask to enable you enter the PHS value of the STID field automatically. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to open this table, but in its design view to set my input mask. So I'm going to select this field called STID, and then I'm going to come here in the input mask and I'm going to put in quotations the PHS, and then I'm going to see it is having more 3 values, so I'm going to put the hash, which is a wildcard character, and I'm going to put, I can put 3 or 4, and then I will save it, save changes. I come back to my question here. It is saying use the lookup wizard to set values of the class field as follows. So it means in the class here I'm supposed to use a lookup wizard to set these values as instructed to me. So I'm going to come back still. Let me first save the changes. When I open this table, you can be able to see that this PS is coming automatically, and then I'm adding the other number. So let me first go back to the design view. First go back to the table design view, and I set the table well. So they are telling me that the class should be having a lookup value, a lookup wizard should be using the lookup wizard. So I'm going to click and change its data type here and then say a lookup wizard, and then I will type the values that I want. I come to next, and here they are telling me I should use column 1, only 1 column, and then I set the values here. Come back here, S2, S3, S4, S5, and S6, and I press next, and then I finish. So I save changes, and so when I come, I open my table, double click on it. This is how it is going to be, and then I go back to my question. Enter the following records in the table. So I'm going to enter. I've already designed everything, and now I'm going to this question, and so the table is down here, and we are going to enter it inside the table. So I'm going to come here, and then I type that work that is inside there. So it is P. That one is going to come automatically because we've set it as the input mask, and then we shall add 001, and then Nawera, then perfect, gender is female, age is 12, class is S1. This is the lookup wizard, and then location is Japan. I'm going to get to the second person. This is coming automatically, so I'm just going to add 002, then Nambi, Jovia, okay. Okay, we are continuing with our question. After inserting in the records, then you come to the question. The question is telling us, create a form to display information that is in the table. So we are just creating a form to display information in the table. You come to our question here. So we are creating a form. You come to create form design, and then you're going to come to add existing fields, show all tables, and then it's going to bring for you the table. Double click on the table, double click on these items, simply double click on them, and then you come and save your form. You can save it as students entry form, so you can call it students entry form and press OK. So the forms are here, and then the students entry form is here, so you can be able to see that this is the first student out of the 3 students that are inside the table. You can really try to check. This is the second person, Nambi, and this is the third person, Mukisa. So the form is done. You go back to your question. It is telling you enter at least 4 records of your choice in the table using the form that you have just created. So you can come here and then click in new here to refresh this, and then it is going to bring for you this automatically, and then you're supposed to write 004. The first name is Mwebe Joseph, gender male, age 20, class, it is a drop down menu, senior 5, location Arua. After, you have to save the changes, come and save changes, and then if you want to see your record whether they are there in the table, you close everything here, and then come and reopen the table, and then you're going to find Mwebe in your students table, and then still in the form is here. You can see now that they've become 4. So when you want to see the 4th person, you can come and view them. It is Mwebe. So you keep doing this until you finish them. Just come to new and then type the other person. Okay, so the question is telling us now, question 6 is enter at least 4. We have finished this. Create a query that will return students whose first name begin with letter A. So you come here and then you say create query design. You add this students table, come to add, and the table is going to be added here, and then you close. Enlarge it, click here, and then get all these fields and then drop them here. And now they are telling us to create a form which is going to bring students whose first names are starting with N. So you're going to write N with this sign and then save changes. Save. So you can call this as N students and save changes. So when you come to these queries and open the N students, you will see that only the students whose first names begin with N are coming back. And after you come back to your question, create a report to show the information in the table students. So here you're going to come and then you're going to come to create, and then the report design. So So you're going to come to the report design, and then you're going to click this button called add existing fields, and then it's going to bring for you this. So you click insert tables, and then you're going to double click on this table, and you're going to keep double clicking on the fields in the table. Double click on the fields on the table to bring them here. You can make more arrangements, you can organize it the way you want, but for me, let me leave it here, and then I'm going to save changes. So I can call this students report. Click OK. So when I come, the reports are always green in color. I open the reports. So this is how the reports are going to be, and then the question is done. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The question is done, and every person has been produced results.